All right, my friends, welcome back. Good morning for this very cold, and at least it's very cold for me, spring morning. I am I'm testing something new in OBS. It's a plugin, Stream Elements plugin for the popular OBS Studio, and I'm using my Fifine or Fifine 690 microphone live. So let me know how this sounds for this early morning podcast. I actually woke up earlier than this, and 30 some degrees. I'm like, that's too cold for this time of year. So I'm still getting used to this new layout, slightly new layout with the plugin for OBS Studio. Let me try a couple transitions here. Let's see. So this is the CCleaner web browser. Those of you who watch this later on YouTube, this is what it looks like. Let's transition again. It's not that much different than the standard OBS. Of course, with OBS, you can add many plugins and make it uniquely your own. Let's see. So we can still transition to that. And transition. This is the desktop here. I'll show you this briefly. So we have the activity feed to the left, the studio mode here in the middle, the live chat. I don't know how many people are going to be on this morning since this is just a last minute unscheduled live event. Because after this, if it warms up, I have to cut grass later today. So this is what it looks like. Somewhat different. Let's go ahead and transition again. Let me go to the, let me do this. Let me go to my dashboard in the YouTube studio and see what that looks like. Do a split screen here. And we'll see what we got. All right, so it does appear to be working. There is a little bit of Linux news, of course. Before I begin with the news, there is a poll out. Is 4 gigabytes of RAM enough to run? I know what you're going to say. Is 4 gigabytes of RAM enough to run Windows 10? Yeah, I know. It's one of those yes and no's. Maybe we'll talk about that in a future live event, the Linux A team or something like that. By the way, I'm running this live stream in Windows 10 because the OBS Stream Elements, OBS Studio Stream Elements plugin is not available for Linux. At least not that I saw. Hey, Vince is in the house. Vincenzo. You did the lawns yesterday. Well, I would have done it this morning, but it's 30 some degrees, Vinny, and it's a little bit too cold for my Italian cannolis, if you know what I mean. So yeah. So what was I? So that's why I'm running Windows 10 to do this live stream because I guess the plugin is only available in Windows 10, but that's okay. You know, I keep my Windows 10 as streamlined and as debloated as possible. So what's new, Vince? How are you? Okay, so yeah, I'm still getting used to this new plugin for Stream Elements. Anyway, I guess the University of Minnesota is no longer is banning Linux. The Linux developers, something about the someone or someones had purposely released kernel versions of Linux with purposely embedded malware as a test to prove that to prove that some malware can get through. So evidently, if I read this correctly, the University of Minnesota is banning Linux. If I read that correctly. Boo. By the way, what do you call a small Pepsi? A mini soda. But a bump. Uh, Vince says it was 30 degrees there. Holy crappy. Well, your seasons there are reversed here than the States. So in Australia, when it's summer here, it's getting winter there. Oh, the poor baby, it's 30 degrees. Does your little kangaroo hurt? I hear you, man. I am ready for summer so I can go swimming again, Vince. Yeah, I completely understand. So, have another drink of orange juice. Yeah, we had frost warnings here, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So, the kernel has been banned at the University of Minnesota. Okay. So, can they still work on Linux? Develop? I mean, I don't quite understand the whole. I guess I can understand to see if the system works. Malware gets not, accidentally released. So I guess I'll have to read up some more on it. But I found that interesting, of all places, Minnesota. Yeah. Anyway. I was thinking I got this new Fifine 690 mic. Maybe I should have got a shock mount, because if I accidentally tap it, you can hear it, thump thump. But I guess it's good enough. I'm still a headset mic guy, but it's 50 there. You were concerned for my cannolis at 30 degrees. Oh, thank you. Yes, we should all be concerned when cannolis drop to 30 degrees. Anyway, all right, so let's see what we can do here. If there's anybody else in the chat who wants to say hello, now's your chance. That's why I do these shows, to connect with you splendid people around the world. All right, so let's see if we can do this here. So I'm running this, let's see here. Let's transition here. There we go. I think you guys can see that. The mic sounds awesome. Well, thank you. Yeah, this was, the mic was on sale for, I think $79.99. Just a little short stand. And, I'm 6'2", so yeah, the mic stand is a little bit too short for me. If it was maybe 2-3 inches taller, I probably would not need a boom stand, but anyway, these scissor stands definitely come in handy, but I just feel like my desk is more cluttered, although they do work fine. So yeah, the whole kit was like $100 some, so it's not too bad. Yes, Sleepy Vince likes his cannolis warmed in the oven. I guess I can have. I don't know, have I ever had them warmed in the oven? I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've had a cannoli. Anyway, this is Linux Today. Let's see if anything here. Oh, speaking of Linux, I guess the Linux-powered Mars rover, or not the rover, the helicopter, Ingenuity, I guess it took its first 20-second flight. Powered by Linux. Oh, the power of Linux. In fact, if we scroll down Linux Today here, those of you who watch this later for this podcast, yeah, it says Ingenuity at 140 miles away from home, open source proved itself. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I think that's awesome. Let's go ahead and click that. Go to the story. This is from linuxiac.com. Okay. Let's see. So at 3:34 a.m., April 19th, NASA's Ingenuity helicopter took off from the surface of Mars, rose to an altitude of 10 feet, for 30 seconds and landed safely back down. The event marked the first time in mankind's history that an aircraft achieved a powered controlled flight on another planet. Wow. And it's powered by, let's see here, The engineering feat was done with Linux open source software and a NASA-built program based on the Jet Propulsion's laboratory open source F Prime framework. It sounds like a derivative of Arch Linux, probably not for newbies. So it says here that the chopper, or as Arnold would say, get to the chopper, runs on Qualcomm Snapdragon 801, which was seen on smartphones in 2014, such as the Galaxy S5 and OnePlus One. So the 801 chip is a 2.26 gigahertz quad-core ARM-compatible system on chip with 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigabyte flash memory. Interesting. And there's some more about that here. That's cool, man. So Linux is on Mars because Linux has power. Right? Right. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Yep, the Ubuntu 21.04 flavors have been released. So check it out. Let's see. What else do we have? Firefox 89 enters beta testing with stunning new look. Improved privacy. Excuse me. I don't know, man. You know, every time I see privacy, anything that has to do with the web. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, Total Recall, Arnold on Mars. Yep. Didn't that one that have Sharon Stone in it? I think so. Yeah. I think that's the one when she says, consider this a divorce, or something like that. Anyway, what else we have here? And we have a new virtual box. Very good. All right. Vince asks, have I gotten my 21.0 for Ubuntu Mate yet? Not on my main system, because that's only supported for, 9 months, and I have the LTS on my main system. I may install it in my test machine just to check it out, but not on my main system. But I may install it in my Lenovo desktop from 2012, 2011, 2012. That still works. It still has Windows on it. It started off with the Windows 7, upgraded for free to Windows 10. A little bit on the slow side, but it has enough RAM, so we're good. Oh man, I just sneezed twice and blew my kernels out. Ooh. Thank God for the mute button, or mute shortcut keyboards. Whew. Anyway, so that's from Linux Today. Let's go to news.google.com. And see what we have. Indonesian Navy declares sub sunk. Oh no, that's not good. The temperature's gone up here, up to 48 degrees, a heat wave. All right, let's go to the technology section here and see what we have. Man, that sneeze almost, wow, that was painful. Okay, so it says here, YouTube makes it easier to save on data with new video resolution options. That's interesting. It says, get ready for YouTube's annoying new resolution selector. I don't know. I think I'm happy with what I have. Have you tried it, Vince? You tried the new Ubuntu 21.0 or any new Linux flavor? Spotify is launching podcast subscriptions. You know, I wonder how many people, even if they use Windows or Mac, I wonder how many people use open source software to do their, or at least some form of open source to do their, podcasting or video blogging or like editing. I wonder how many use Linux and not admit it. It's just a thought. Google Guacamole will let you use voice assistant without saying, "Hey Google." Okay. And let's see. What else do we have? This new Windows 10 feature could be great news for your laptop's battery life. But if we're here at the bottom, can you see that, Vince? Can you see the fine print there? I just saw that. It says this is from Tech Radar. It says Microsoft should kill off Windows 10 and kill off Windows 10 and start again. Yeah. So you have Ubuntu 21.04 on a testing machine, solid as usual. Yes, it is. Yeah, Google guacamole sounds like a mouthful. Should we click this? Microsoft should kill off Windows 10. Why not? That just made my day. Again, this is from Tech Radar. The opinion is to reboot Windows. So, gentleman here by Matt is giving Microsoft unwanted advice. Yeah, kill off Windows 10. Completely rebooted OS. Microsoft should just simply call it Windows. Like Windows 1 or Windows Series X Pro or something. I can't argue. He says it's a bit of a mess. It is. I mean, Windows 10 is solid. It works. It's unnecessarily bloated and heavy. I mean, look how simple and fast, and it was compared to 10, how fast and simple debloated Windows 7 was. I ran Windows 7 on 4 gigs of RAM for a few years. It was faster than the Windows 10 on 4 gigs of RAM. I mean, I no longer use, Windows 7, of course. So he says here, let's have a fresh start. Why not just start again? Scrap everything and build a new Windows with one interface and one way of doing things. It also means Microsoft could start from scratch with the code as well. Yeah. It says here, giving Windows a fresh start would let Microsoft seriously slim down the operating system's code to make it faster, more reliable, and less resource intensive. Yes. Ditching everything and starting again isn't easy. It takes a lot of time and a lot of courage. But if the future of Windows is just more upgrades to Windows 10 and more sticking plasters, then it's not a very bright future. So Microsoft, be brave. Ditch Windows 10 and give us a bold new Windows for the future. It'll be worth it. Cannot argue with that. Wow. Yeah, I know. That's putting it bluntly. Yeah, really. Let's move on. What else do we have here? Windows S Series X Pro 11. Man, that's a mouthful. Windows. So you're saying Windows S Series X Pro 11 reboot? Just too confusing. Let's see here. What else do we have on the news feed? COVID emergency shuts Japan Super Nintendo World 1 month after opening. Well, duh. Yeah, this was a park that opened up, I guess, to full attendance while still in the pandemic. I was going to say an Italian dirty word, but I won't. Once again, people never underestimate the power of stupidity. Why am I doing it ASMR? What I said was, obviously, never underestimate the power of stupidity. It's going to be another year till we get back to normal. That's just the reality of it. Anyway, let's see what else we have here. I think my next investment will be a nice, comfy chair for us tall guys. Okay, what else do we have here? Google Photos adds new adjustment tools to sharpen or denoise an image. Okay, I don't mess with that too much. And let's see what else. If anybody else is out there watching and listening want to say hello or want to ask a question, please do. It's no fun without all of you. And it looks like this plugin, by the way, this Stream Elements plugin for OBS was pretty stable. Let's see here. Nothing there. What's this, Vince? Italian hospital worker accused of skipping work for 15 years while still getting paid. Oh. That is a pretty slick worker, wouldn't you say? Believe that long, huh? What can I say? All right, so there's the headline here. University of Minnesota banned from contributing to Linux kernel. Yeah. Graphical Linux apps are coming to the Windows subsystem for Linux. And let's see here. What else do we have? Really that long? 15 years? Still getting paid, huh? Anything else here? Cloud Linux launches Alma Linux, CentOS Linux clone. And nothing else exciting here for Linux. Am I seeing anything? No. Yeah, GNOME OS review, not a Linux distro for everything. That is true. Is Linux Mint turning into Windows? Nope. Not even close. And some other news here. Okay, well, let's get out of that. Yeah, you say Italians are dodgy. I guess they are. Still, it's pretty slick, skipping work, not really doing much. Kind of like Wall Street executives, not doing much and, getting paid. So it's actually pretty slick. Yeah, it's the American way. But boom. Somebody in the chat who I believe is Chinese or Japanese, I believe is saying hello. Hi, how are you? I don't read that kind of language. Welcome to the live show. All right, so let's see. Let's go to this here. Let's transition here for those of you who watch this later. So this is the OBS. Once again, this is the OBS Studio plugin desktop. Live. We got the live chat here. As you can see, the main screen here in studio mode and the newest subscribers to the channel. Welcome aboard. I guess I can say hi to all these people who are new. Welcome Joshua. I can't pronounce your name there. Sorry. Welcome CSMM Rocky. Mirza. Welcome. Utkarsha. Hello. Adrian. Hello. Grizz and Greg. Welcome to Total OS today. How are you all? And if any of you guys are watching that I mention your name, say hello. Don't be shy. Maybe I should do a whole show just using ASMR. Stands for what does it stand for? ASMR. Awesomely sexy, manly response. Oh. I first heard of ASMR last year. I'm like, what the bleep is this? That's so creepy. They had people like, sticking their fingers on the mic like this. As if that's supposed to make you relax. I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, Sleepy, it is a cool plugin from Stream Elements. There's a lot more involved in this. What I did here, this is part of the browser plugin. And I'm not sure how this works still, but like if somebody like tips the channel like through PayPal, I think it's supposed to pop up here to the right. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Or if somebody says, I forget what I did. I'm still learning this. Yeah, stands for ear tickling. Oh, yeah. That's what the sound. Yeah, this is ear tickling. Yes, but yeah, I'm still learning this. So, but it does look cool. Yeah, it's laid out nicely. The other one that's popular is Streamlabs, OBS. So this is pretty cool. Check out Dizzy Kitten on Twitch for ASMR, relaxing for the eyes, if you know what I mean. Dizzy Kitten. Aha. Okay, I think I do know what you mean. And it has nothing to do for the ears. Yeah, I have seen some of those unique Twitchers. I guess we can call people who vlog on Twitch Twitchers. Yeah, I know. And welcome Khalid to the channel. Yeah, some of those Twitch folks are unique, to say the word. Yeah. I was watching last night briefly, Real Time with Bill Maher. You know, he has the weekly HBO show, you know, and he does his new rules at the end, you know, like 7 minutes of funny stuff. But he says, I don't watch streamers of people playing games because it's a bleeping waste of time. The way he said it was hilarious. Uh, I don't know what you're doing, but it's not ASMR. More like I want to pull out my headphones out. Yeah, I know. No, but seriously, there were ASMR people who would grab their fingers, run it across the microphone. I'm like, no, that's not relaxing at all. You know. I suppose if you had a bad day, right? And you just want to chill, and you have a person who has that voice, maybe like our friend Stephanie, who talks like, you will relax. You will not pull your hair out. This is ASMR. Hello, Spin. How are you? All right, I won't do that tickling on the microphone anymore. Okay? I need to get a little more comfortable here. Move that there. All right, that's better. So what's new, Spin? Good morning, all Linux users. Good morning, geeks. Good morning, cannoli users. Why not, right? Poindexter is in the house. Welcome to this Good Morning Linux / Streamlabs Stream Elements plugin. This is what it looks like for those of you joining in for the first time. Still getting used to this. I think I have to sneeze again. Hang on. All right. One nice thing about OBS is, if there's, if I have to sneeze or whatever, I could hit the mute switch on the mic, but it has that little thump like this. Hear that thump, when the mute switch is on? It's not that annoying, but it is noticeable versus a shortcut key for the mute on OBS like this. All right, so I just muted it now. I just unmuted it now. Okay. Oh, Biddle is back this evening. Big Daddy's back. Big Rocco is back this evening. Very good. I am not sure where I will be this evening. If it's going to be freezing, I'll probably be at home. I might catch it. If not, if it's going to warm up, I think it's going to warm up to 60. Don't know what it'll be tonight. I'm just ready for summer. Summer by the pool with ASMR. Oh. Anyway, well, that's cool. I replaced one of my backup desktops in my gateway. I replaced the original Windows 10 Western Digital Windows 10 hard drive because it was slow. It was running like it had 2 gigs of RAM and not 4. So I put in a Kingston SSD, just a 120 gigabyte Kingston SSD drive, and created went to the Microsoft website and downloaded the Windows 10 Creator for USB, installed a fresh batch or a fresh copy of Windows 10 on an SSD. Oh, it flies. It actually, I hate to say this, but a fresh install of Windows 10 on an SSD runs like Ubuntu Mate, meaning just as fast. Yeah, I call it as I see it. All right, so Rocco is still away. Cubicle Nate is headlining the show. Very good. Am I running Win in virtual? No, I am not. No. This is my main machine, a Dell. With Windows 10, I believe it's Windows 10 Pro with the Stream Elements OBS plugin. What you see here, and it's fine. Now this one's got 16 gigs of RAM, but I was surprised on my older machine from I think that one I bought refurbished. I think it was manufactured in 2013. It had the original hard drive with Windows 8. When I upgraded to Windows 10, it was slow. So I downloaded fresh Windows 10 at, like I said, SSD, and it's pretty zippy. Yeah, with Windows 10, if you know what you're doing and debloat the system, you can make it more streamlined. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be fast. I guess it all depends on the machine, and is it a fresh install or a standard install or something that you pick off the shelf. But many of you on that poll I have on the community page, many of you, over 70%, are saying 4 gigabytes of RAM is not enough for Windows 10. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's Good Morning Linux, brought to you by Windows. What can I say? The Stream Elements plugin, last time I checked, is not available for Linux. It's not my fault. I looked, I tried, I swear. So all I can say is this works, right? Hey, full disclosure here, okay? But now if I was just going to use regular, Streamlabs or whatever, StreamYard or not Streamlabs, but OBS or StreamYard, I really wouldn't need Windows, of course. But until there's a plugin for Linux, yeah. But this is okay. Stream Elements is cool. It's got a nice layout here. It's easy to follow. I just got to figure out how to add more, snazzy graphics and all that. Senor Flores says Windows. Ew, you want sub? Fine, be that way. I just explained why I have to use Windows because I know you're kidding. Yeah, look, if there's a plugin for Linux, I'll use my Ubuntu Mate. I'm cool with that. Look, I use what works. And if this is the only thing that's available, what do you want me to do? I'm just a messenger. But yeah, Stream Elements and Streamlab, Slobs. That's what they call it, right? For Streamlabs OBS Slobs, right? Stream Elements does a lot. So if you wanted to try it, but be aware there's a lot of elements on that website to plug in, overlays and graphics. It looks pretty slick. There's a guy on YouTube. Impartial Geek. I think he goes by, he uses Stream Elements quite a bit. It looks pretty slick. But there's a lot going on. I think John Campia, does the film critic reviews. He has a nice setup. Every time like somebody does a super chat, it goes, hey, thank you so and so for the super chat, or thank you for the donation and all that. It pops up on the screen, and then he might answer a question. It's pretty cool. It gets the people more involved, versus just staring at a screen. So well done, John Campia. And I think he's Italian from Canada. Oh, Canada. Use what works, just not Windows. Well, believe it or not, sometimes with Windows, even Windows, if you debloat it like I have, it does work. It's not my favorite thing to do, debloating a system, but will it work if you debloat it? Yeah, this is the full disclosure channel for Linux and Windows. I have to admit, it does work. I still would have preferred Windows. If Windows 7 was still being fully serviced, I would probably still be using Windows 7. Yeah. It's just easier. So yeah. Is anybody else watching that wants to say hello or take a jab at me with some jokes? Poindexter has OBS on Ubuntu 18.0 for laptop. Okay, isn't that going to be out of service soon? End of life, 1804? I think, right? But yeah, OBS is wonderful. Cross-platform, and it just works. 7 was awesome. Yes, it was. It was absolutely the best Windows version out there. It just ran the way it should. It was, easy to use. Really, I don't recall doing too much debloating on Windows 7 machines. But yeah, so like I said, we'll talk about that in the future. Maybe Linux 18. Is 4 gigabytes of RAM enough for Windows 10? In fact, I have to call Tony and see how I installed a new computer for him and see how it's running. I tried to debloat it as much as I could. 10 has a keylogger. Well, what can I say? Oh, 2023 end of life for 1804 for Ubuntu or for Ubuntu, Vince? I thought just Ubuntu was 5 years, and the rest of them, the flavors of Ubuntu, were only 3 years. Or maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember. But obviously never run an outdated system. It's not good. So okay. All right. So 1604 ends April 30th. Well, that's coming up in 6 days. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably install Ubuntu Mate 21.04 on my other machine when I'm ready. Give it a go. But look, I'm sure it'll be fine. Martin Wimpress, Wimpy does very good work. I just don't want to install any thing on my main machine, with limited support. Use Arch and you're never outdated. That is true. You are never outdated. Rolling release. Hello, Anthony. How are you, sir? Welcome to the Good Morning Linux / Stream Elements OBS plugin chat, as you see here on the screen. Something new for me. Don't mind trying something new. Yeah. Just to keep from getting, bored with the same old stuff. Not you guys. You guys are cool. Just the software. Try something new. So. Yeah, Vince, I believe the Ubuntu flavors are only 3 years unless something has changed. As far as I know, you have to check on that. But running Ubuntu Mate 21.04 now as we chat. Very good. And how do you like it, Anthony? I'm sure it's fine. No problems. Very good. Quails in the house. Welcome, Quails. How are you? Cutting edge, yes, but be aware when you run cutting edge software, you're bound to get cut sooner or later, right? Of course. Excuse me, I may have to sneeze again. Okay. So anybody else use a Fifine mic? Or as I call it, Fiffany, because it rhymes with Tiffany. Farron OS is in the house. All right, here we go. Let's harp on Taz for using Windows 10. You came in late, Farron, so I'll explain. I'm running the new, well, not new, but it's new to me. This is the Stream Elements OBS plugin that is not available for Linux, at least not yet. So I'm forced to use Windows 10. So developers, it's not my fault. Anyway, and I have to admit, this plugin is pretty good. I'm sure you've seen Stream Elements, Streamlabs, where some YouTubers will have a lot of fancy graphics here on the screen. I'm still getting used to this, so. No, I don't believe I'm getting allergies or just the morning thing, Sleepy. I don't. Maybe I should check my furnace filters. But yeah. I did get my first vaccine shot yesterday. I think it was the Pfizer one. So, next month, shot number 2. So I told the nurse, hit me with your best shot, fire away. Classic song by Pat Benatar. I have to be careful with this new Fifine mic. It doesn't have a pop filter or screen filter, so when I have the headset, I have a filter on the little foam thing at the end of the mic, so I can't get too close to it. No wine this morning. No, I had orange juice. Yeah, wine in the morning. Nah. I think no wine in the morning. Yeah, I have to draw the line somewhere, right? Farron says use the superior Windows 8.1. Seriously easy to fix Windows with a lot of patchwork to make it the better. I know, but look, in my main rig here, I got Windows 10 Pro. After doing some debloating and having 16 gigs of RAM, Farron, it's fine. It's not as fast as Ubuntu Mate, but it's good enough. And I'll let you guys in a little secret. This Windows 10 machine does not have an SSD, and it's still running pretty fast. Well, fast enough. And I'm sure if I put an SSD in this machine, it'll rock. So, Windows 10 can be zippy if you know what you're doing. I could beatbox with the mic. It's a good mic. Yeah, for what I paid for, for what it does. I still prefer headset mic. I have more. I feel like it's like the headset mic is part of my clothing. It's part of me, Versus having this big, fairly large mic and the boom stand on the desk. It just takes up more room, but it does work. Trying to save my Linux soul. Have no fear. I still use Linux about 90% of the time. Have no fear. Yeah, I was trying to do ASMR with my fingers rubbing against the mic. I won't do it, but that's what YouTubers do. They have channels that just, where they talk like this. It sounds really creepy. I guess I wouldn't mind if a girl did it. Did you have a rough day? Well, let me fix it for you. Just go to Total OS Today's channel. He has a cool Italian voice. He'll make you relax with some Arnold. Blah. Can you imagine Arnold doing ASMR? You relax today. Get to the job. Okay. Yes, if I get real close to the mic, I can beatbox. Yes, that is true. Yeah. No beatbox, yeah. What's that song? We got the beat. We got the beat. I used to crack up my friend. I used to change the lyrics to the song. She's got my meat. Okay, let's not go there. You need to run Windows 10 every so often to remind you why you are using Linux. That is true. Yep, trust me. I use Linux 90% of the time. I use Windows when I have to, such as running this Stream Elements plugin. But I usually use Linux. Yeah, Linux Mint, Ubuntu Mate, Zorin. By the way, the latest Zorin, it looks nice. See, Zorin OS is what the GNOME desktop should be. Everything works out of the box. You don't have to install anything extra. No extensions to install. I mean, think about it. GNOME, the current GNOME 3, GNOME Shell, of course now it's GNOME 40, has been around 10 years. 10 freaking years, and they still can't get it right. I have patience, but 10 years? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Anyway. Party that I miss you. Party Seppi. Party Sep 1387 says hello. Well, hello. Your name does not ring a bell. If you are new to the channel, welcome everybody. Say hello to Party Seppi. Say hello to Party Seppi. Welcome to the Good Morning Linux chat. How are you? And are you a Linux user? If you are not a Windows user, that's okay. So, WSL GUI Apps is here. Quail says, would I hop for Mate? Nah. I distro hopped for 10 years, Quails. I mean, a lot. And then it dawned on me that, it's kind of a waste of time. I settled on Ubuntu before they switched. I settled on Ubuntu with Unity back in 2016. You guys remember that. Had it on 2 machines, no bugs, stable. It was beautiful. Just when I get settled in, Ubuntu says, sorry, Toss, we're switching to GNOME. I was like, Mamma mia, not the GNOME. I tried to deal with GNOME Desktop. I couldn't do it. It just, things don't make sense. From Columbus, Ohio. That is about a 2.5 hour drive away from me. I'm in Dean Martin country. I'm in Steubenville, Ohio. You know Dean Martin's famous song, Everybody. And his most famous song is not Everybody Loves Somebody Sometime. Oh no. Everybody loves some Linux sometime. Everybody yells at Windows 10 sometime. Something in the kernel just told me. I should write a Linux song, right? Anyway, welcome. Yeah, the Windows subsystem for Linux. Yeah. Okay, well, it's close enough, yeah. Anybody else new that wants to say hello? I'll stick around a little bit longer. I try to do these live shows at different times, like especially in the mornings, to catch people who don't normally would have a chance to say hello. So, hello. Great. Where are my? I kind of have to blow my nose. Where are my tissues? Ah, they're right behind me. I'll be right back. Okay. I usually have a little box of Kleenex off camera to the left or right of me, just in case. Anyway, I got a question for you guys. Is anybody out here in the States using that T-Mobile internet box or I think they call it the T-Mobile Internet Gateway? It's no contract. Okay. I believe it's unlimited internet, 5G where available. I believe it's total of $60 a month. No contract. Does anybody have it or have you heard of it? Because I'm thinking about switching. Some of you may know my Comcast bill this year has risen substantially. I may be dropping it, but I want to keep doing the live shows. And that T-Mobile one, if it's fast enough, might be a viable alternative. That's why I haven't dumped Comcast yet. But if I could switch to that, then I would probably just get a Roku stick, for the TV, and that would save me about, I could cut about $60 a month off the Comcast budget, which when you multiply for the year, it's substantial. So Poindexter, you've heard of it. Yeah. T-Mobile isn't available in Missouri. Okay. Yeah, it's. I did check here. It is available. I don't know how. I guess I could try. There's no contract, but I thought the price was fair because it is $60 a month total. That includes taxes, fees, and all that fun stuff. It's one price, no contract. You just order it. I guess it's a self install. So yeah. Okay, Vince, get some sleep. I know it's nighttime for you there in Australia. We'll catch you soon. Thanks for stopping by. Anyway, so yeah, just a thought. Yeah, something in the Windows kernel told me you have a blue screen today. You love Twisted Tunes, yeah. Yep. I have quite a few that I can't say on this family channel, but yep, there's something about Twisted Tunes, right? You have the weather report panel installed on your recommendation. Thanks, it's great, very good. Radar enabled, don't know how to get anything to show up. Does it work or is it really disabled? The weather report panel add-on. You mean in Ubuntu Mate? When wireless broadband internet becomes ubiquitous, it will cut the cord for sure. It may, yeah. There was some Comcast news what they're working on, even higher speeds. I just caught it briefly this morning on the news feed on my phone. So, but it should be interesting what the future holds. As more and more people in this pandemic are home, working from home, college from home, keeping in touch from home, there's going to be more need for broadband access. And that's probably here to stay. So, yeah. In Ubuntu Mate, okay. Yeah, Anthony, it has the built-in widget. Well, not the widget, the, what's it called? Applets, right in the panel. I just right-click, add to panel, plug in the city, and I don't do anything else with it. Yeah, I don't mess with the radar. I just want the weather report. I think it for the, what is it, 5 6 days, something like that, and that's all that I use. Yeah, radar is cool, I suppose. Now there are other applets, things that you can install. I like to keep it simple. So yeah. All right, I'll stick around just a little bit longer. If anybody else is new or wants to say hello, have a question, now's your chance before we call it a day. I can jump in the shower, have a proper breakfast. Maybe it'll warm up here within the hour. Cut the grass with my new cordless Cobalt lawnmower. By the way, Cobalt, you make a pretty cool lawnmower. Lightweight, quiet, easy to use. But $150 for extra battery? What's the matter with you? What's the matter? Yeah, I want to get a second battery. You can have one charging, one in the mower as you are cutting. It was $150 plus tax without the charger. I don't think so. Yeah, so I'll just keep the one I have. It has a 3-year warranty, so if it lasts 3 years, I'll be happy. I'll just buy another mower, I guess. Haha. Have I ever heard of Storm OS? Yes, I have. From our friend Ben. I believe I tried it, and I thought it was fine. Briefly tried it. I didn't. It was just off a USB live stick, so I thought it was fine. Yeah. Joey is in the house. Ba 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 boo. Welcome, Joe, to the Good Morning Linux stream with Windows 10 running the Stream Elements OBS plugin. Joey, I've been taking a lot of heat this morning because, GTOS, you're using Windows for a Linux stream. The reason why is the Stream Elements plugin for OBS is not available for Linux, at least not that I've seen. And this is what it looks like. You get the chat here and the main, preview screen here in the middle, studio mode, and the latest subscribers to the channel. I mean, it looks cool. And I have to run this in Windows 10 because that's all that I got to run it with. So, how are you, Joe? Welcome. I'm still learning the Stream Elements, how to add, more fancy overlays and graphics and stuff. But anyway, that's why I'm using Windows 10 for the Good Morning Linux chat. Full disclosure. No, I am not drinking wine this morning. I read a good joke last night. I got a Joe says, what? I just explained why. It's not my fault. Not my fault. Don't worry, I still use Linux 90% of the time. Anyway, there was a joke last night that says, hey guys, I got a new part. I got a part in a new movie called Cocaine. I only do one line. Excuse me. Ba-da-bum. Zorin 16 makes GNOME useful. Yes, it is workable. I totally agree. Anyway, yes, Joe, right tool for the job. Well, I had no choice. I wanted to try and Stream Elements, something new. And all I can say is it works. It's stable. The stream is fine. So how can I complain? It just works. Bada bing. Yep. Why do pirates make great chefs? They have mastered the 7 seasonings. Bada bum bing. Yeah, I know some of the jokes. Hey, what do you want for family free, okay? I'm still trying to figure out the overlay. I have an overlay where I think, where like if somebody does a super chat or a PayPal, it's supposed to pop up like somewhere here, but maybe I did it wrong. I don't know. It does something new. Make life more complicated, right? Only thing you have issues with in Linux is the lag in some games, particularly Neverwinter and Copy. Uh, yeah, Linux in general still lags behind Linux for any kind of multimedia graphic applications, including gaming. They're not there yet. It's gotten better, but if you are a gamer, really like to play your games, you got to go with Windows. I hate to say that, but just the way it is. Or an Xbox or PlayStation. It can work in Linux, but sometimes it can be a major pain. So, yeah. You bought proprietary software for Linux, VuScan. It works flawlessly with the all-in-one Brother printer scanner. Nice. Yeah, there's another piece of software for printers. I believe it's called TurboPrint, Joe. It's trial software. I have tried it in the past. Like in the past, couldn't quite get printers to work in the past, and downloaded it. It was perfect. Guaranteed to work for all printers. It's not that bad of a price. I think it's either $29 or $39. And it works. So for all you people out there who are frustrated with printers for Linux, try TurboPrint. You may be buying Master PDF Pro version soon too. Okay. Yeah, it's like you say, use what works. Quails, you paid for ExpressVPN. Very good. Wasn't there speaking of privacy, wasn't there a Facebook breach like last month? Like 5 gazillion names were stolen or something? I mean, it never ends, does it? It never ends. Just out of curiosity, let's go to the task manager here. Let's see what we got. Performance. Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah, using a total of 4.3 gigs of memory. Okay, it works fine. Yep, some things do work better running on Windows 10. I agree. Yeah. We've talked about this before, but I think if we had a mass marketed, mom and pop Linux machine that you could buy in, Walmart, Office Max, Staples, micro centers of the world. If you can go in and buy a Linux machine, and it doesn't matter what it's based of, for about $400, I think people would get off of Windows 10. But it doesn't exist. So your choices are Windows 10, a $1,000 Mac, or a Chromebook. No, Joe, I am not going to update my main machine to the new Mate. No, I'm going to stick with my LTSs just to keep it easy. I may install it on my Lenovo test machine. I run that as a dual boot. It kind of sits in storage. I may do that. But yeah, for my main rig like this one here, I'll just stay with the LTS for Ubuntu Mate just to avoid any possible headaches. So, like I said, I'm sure it's fine. So yeah. Quail's updated, went back to the LTS. Well, the LTSs, the flavors are 3 years versus 9 months. I mean, that's a difference. So you may never have a problem with the non-LTS, but yeah, I have a spare machine, so I'll just run it there. Half-Life 2 runs flawless, 12 gigs on the Linux machine. I think 12 gigs should be enough, right? I think. Joe, do you have a Fi-Fi mic? Or was that Steve? I think Steve's got it. Yeah. I should have got a shock mount for this. You can tell when I bump the scissor stand, you can hear that bump, but oh well. It works. All right, I'm going to give this a 5-minute warning, and then we'll wrap it up for this Good Morning Linux for April 24th. Anybody else wants to say hello? Anybody new that we missed wants to say hello? Please do. And we'll wrap it up. All right, so you've also stayed with LTS Kubuntu. Yeah. You still have Manjaro on the main PC. Okay. All right. You also have the Fi-Fi mic. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, this is okay. Like I said, I'm still a headset mic guy, but this definitely works, so, All the Valve games run on Linux, Poindexter? I don't know. Do they? Have a good day, Poindexter. Thanks for stopping by. When I went to get my first vaccine shot yesterday, of course, I got to tell my corny jokes there to the nurses. So I told a bunch of nurses that simple joke. What did the fish say when he hit the wall? Damn. That got their attention, Joe. It's because that's an easy one to remember, right? Of course it is. But a bump, 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 bump. You have a good day too, Anthony. Thank you for stopping by. Anybody else is new watching who wants to say hello? Last call for comments. I'll start my day. By the way, check out, I want to type his name here. I got to sign into the chat to do this. Okay, I don't want to mess up the stream. I thought I was already signed in. I don't want to do that. Check out Stephanie's colleague, guitarist Axel Kowalik. He has the new CD out. That's AXEL KOWOLLIK. Great rocker, great German rocker. I mean, he's good. He's very talented. I just bought his new CD off of Bandcamp. So check out Axel Kowalik. Let's see, Joe. The mic performs better on your Manjaro with their package setup out of the box, but it has a more radio voice sound. Okay. Yeah, two fish in attack. One turns to the other and says, "You steer, I'll shoot the gun." Bada bing. That is true. Laughter is the best medicine. Here where I live in this county in Ohio, we are the worst again for COVID cases. And, I believe nationwide people have been fully vaccinated. It's about 20 some percent, so we're not quite there yet. Yeah, blind man walks into a bar, table, chair, but a Slim Man had a good joke. He says, this guy walks into a bar and the bartender has a contest. And the bartender has these like slabs of meat hanging off the ceiling, you know, fresh meat. So the bartender says, anybody that can cut a piece of the meat, jump up. He gives the guys a little like steak knife, and the slabs are pretty high, this, beef steer, right? He tells the guys, anybody who can jump up and cut a piece of meat off the hangings here, I'll buy drinks for everybody in the bar. However, if you can't, you have to buy drinks for everybody in the bar. So the bartender says, what about you, Peter? And Peter says, nah, the stakes are too high. Ba-da-bop-bop-bop. Clever. Anyway, on that note, I think we'll end it for this Good Morning Linux podcast. This was fun just to chill with you guys with the new Fiffity. I know it's called Fi-Fi. I just like to call it Fiffity, like breakfast at Tiffany. I like to have breakfast with Tiffany, ba-ba-ba-boo, with my new Fi-Fine Fiffity 690 mic, my new toy. The toy of the week. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for this one. I will catch you sometime in the future. Take care. Arrivederci.